All right. Hi, Johnny. How's it going?
Hi, we meet again, my dear. We're back
Yes,
together. Every couple of years, I get to chat with you, and I love it.
it's good to see you. Love your little spring-inspired ensemble.
What can I say, honey? JCRT has been outfitting me for every episode of Hey Queen. The jacket and the shirt match. I'm obsessed with this style.
There you go, matchy matchy.
Yes, honey, a
Oh,
man's twin set. You can't go wrong. I could have dressed exactly like my wall right there, but I didn't want to blend in too much.
that would have worked too. All right, so let's get into it. I know we have a lot to talk about today, but you know, the topic of the night is, what is it like to be hosting Hey Queen now on World of Wonder?
Baby, I mean, it's really a dream. It's like a dream come true. You know, the market and the world of people interested in drag and the people trying to talk to the queens is extremely crowded. You know, back in the day when we started Hey Queen, there was really one place to come, and that was Hey Queen, and that was it. But now, honey, the girls could go live the minute they see the episode, or sometimes they're streaming them watching the episode live. So it's a totally different world, but be able to get the girls. I mean, we film the interviews with the eliminated queen the day that they see their episode. So, and then it comes out Monday. So, working with World of Wonder not only has upgraded the show in terms of production value, working with Emmy winning producers, but we have access to the girls immediately. Shows come out Monday. So, we're getting that tea piping hot. And that's the only type of
Yeah.
tea I want to serve after this much time in the game. You know what I mean?
I bet that you get a lot of like, returning emotions, right? For them, they recorded those episodes almost a year prior, and to see and be gutted again to be eliminated, you're bringing up a lot of emotions. You managed to keep it fun and light, right? But there might be a little bit of of a brooding shade over your conversation sometimes. Do you ever get some of that?
I think definitely, especially early in the season, we really tried to be extremely careful with the emotions of the contestants because we know going home first feels horrible, even second or third. So we've definitely been, as careful as we can while still, getting all the information we want to get. But now, as we get closer to the end, it's less of a delicate topic because these girls know they've just been on the world stage. They're in the middle of doing like 3 gigs a day. They are swiping that RuPaul's Drag Race credit and making that money, honey. I mean, they're all winners, really. So the vibe as we go a little bit later is pretty lighthearted because they're all winners in different ways.
Absolutely, rightfully so, because as soon as you get that Rue badge, you're a queen for life, you're a Rue girl for life. So I'm sure that that really changes them.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a few things about being specifically tied to RuPaul's Drag Race now with Hey Queen, right? But what are some other differences from when the show was on YouTube to now this streaming platform?
I mean, a lot, baby. I mean, for the whole 10 years of Hey Queen that we did it, I edited every damn episode. I edited it. I booked the guests. I made sure Lady Red had outfits. I glued sparkles to the wall, like it was very DIY for many, many, many years. Even when we were on Netflix, even when we were doing, out TV, this was a small production and we were all working really hard to make it happen. Now I can be like, wouldn't it be fun if we had the immunity potion? And they're like, bring, here it is. Or can I have a giant green cape to get thrown over me just like Maya did to Morphine? There it is. Or how about mountains behind me for the sound of music? There it is. The production, having actual teams of people working on the show is a delight for somebody who's done it himself for so long. It's amazing to be part of that team. And I can have a creative idea and not have to go to the 99-cent store to buy it.
All with the magic of television.
Yes, sweetie.
Over the years, do you know how many guests you've interviewed?
God, it's got to be hundreds, but I do not know. I mean, definitely over 150 for sure. Between Hey Qween, Hot Tea, Judge Lady Red, all the Pimp My Drag, all the millions of shows that we produce on Hey Qween, there's been a lot. And if take every episode of Hey Qween and remember, right after we did that, we did a look at her. So each one was really a double episode. So I'm tired just thinking about it.
Yeah. And not to single anyone out, but who have been some of your most memorable guests?
Let's see, most memorable guest. You know, sometimes I get surprised by someone's magnetism in real life. So Coco Montrese, like someone who I was a fan of, but when you get Coco Montrese right in person, you're like, oh, wait a minute. And then when she brought out Kahana Montrese, I was like, wait a minute. Um, uh, of course, Trixie and Katya always, you know, they did the show multiple times and we're always sweet. And they're the ones who've come from, we're contestants on a reality show to millionaires. Can I borrow $20? You know, so that's always amazing to see those kind of arcs of the people who, you know, back in the day were just newcomers, but now they're entertainment titans. And then sometimes, you know, you get surprised by someone like we have a great episode on the YouTube channel from back in the day with Kelly Mansell, who left very early. And then when she came on the show, her clips of her and Hey Qween doing her impressions of what it's like to be in the workroom still get brought up to this day. Oh, and
She's
of course,
hilarious. Hilarious.
Detox and Vicky Vox together on the couch was probably the most epic Hey Qween that we ever did. Because Vicky was just visiting in drag. She kept making comments, and we were like, well, we can't miss this commentary. She came in and sat next to Detox, and I had to tell my other producers, like, keep the cameras rolling. We are not going to end this episode when we said we're going to. We're going to have to make this quadruple episodes, a double Hey Qween and a double look at her because this shit is too good.
There's just more editing for you.
Yes, exactly. Unfortunately, honey, that was the case because I would then leave the studio and then be like, well, there's all the footage. Gotta make that happen.
All right, so I want to talk about your deep and sultry voice. You were obviously made for media with that baritone voice. We all know it, we all
Thank
love
you.
it. You have a new podcast, Gay AF, Gay F
Yes,
Pop.
yes.
Tell me more about that.
Well, Gay AF is the show where pop culture meets dirty gay stuff. I mean, what I like more than anything else when I'm listening to podcasts is gay and queer people talking about pop
Same.
culture and sex and how it
Same.
relates to us. And like, look, I often want to know, like, what celebrity does have the biggest dick, or what is that gay rumor about Jake Gyllenhaal having a secret lover, or what is every gay allegation against Diddy for the last 20 years? Well, honey, I had to make it myself, so you know, I like to talk about pop culture, but it's always through a lens of, you know, gay and queer stuff. Plus, I, you know, also like to dive into things that you're not hearing about in a lot of other places, like which only fans accounts are worth the money, which ones are just, which ones that we all see on Instagram where they look so hot are really straight guys scamming us. And even when you buy the videos in the DMs, they're just faking having sex. I've had to do the research just for just for work. But I
I
want
think
to
I've
know
done
that
some
kind of stuff.
research too.
Yes, exactly. So, and plus, you know, I've been podcasting since 2006, honey.
Yep.
I didn't even know what a podcast was back in the day, but it has been the place that I connected with probably my most loyal and my most loved audience for me personally. So after taking some time off of Hey Qween for a little while, I knew that when I came back with Hey Qween, I also wanted to be able to come back to that audience specifically, but do it different. I wanted to give it kind of like a Wendy Williams vibe where, you know, Wendy can just sit with the camera and just gossip, and you felt like she was talking directly to you. You felt like she was talking directly to you. And so that's what it's like with Gay AF. It's really just me and the microphone, and we are gossiping like you were one of my homo homies. So new episodes every week, and they've been really fun. This last episode was all about the wigs that I saw on the on the Oscars. I was like, you know what, entertainment, stop trying to convince us that no Hollywood star loses their hair and that a hairline that goes completely straight across the head is completely natural. I mean, no shame. I will get a wig the minute that I need one. But these guys on the red carpet just make me want to do one thing: shout wig. Because don't try it. Don't try it. And if you do try it, just know I'm going to shout wig. Only to celebrities, because I only mock the rich. Real people, I would never do such a thing.
That's a good thing that you pointed that out.
Yeah.
I know that. Do you have any plans, maybe for some special guests in the future? I know that it's not within the style that you're looking at, but maybe.
Oh well, look, I always there's always one of my most pleasurable things that I do is podcasting with other people. In fact, all of my 20 years of podcasting and gay pimping and gayest of all time, I'm still actually podcasting with those people on my Patreon, which is patreon.com/gayest of all time. And that's where you really get into like my personal business, sex stories, people getting into their business, my thoughts on aliens, Bigfoot, recipes, designer shopping, bootleg goods. I mean, all that kind of stuff. But I do have upcoming guests on the show. The famous porn director Mark McNamara dropped in to give me some behind the scenes tea from when he went on Below Deck in an upcoming season. So I'm obsessed with Below Deck because they know that being on the sea can be boring unless you have really hot crew members on the cast, and they always make sure to throw in a shirtless or a bottomless crew member on an episode of Below Deck. So I was definitely interested to hear about that.
That's exciting. I can't wait to hear that. All right. Another project of yours I'm a huge fan of is Go for the Gold. What has it been like to produce this competition?
Wow. I mean, Go for the Gold, started off as just a little idea. I spent so many years working in nightlife, where usually at my parties, the Go-Go Boys were the star of the parties. I like my music dirty, and I like my stage shows full of Go-Go Boys. And I saw from working with them so closely that there were so many Go-Go Boys that had the same amount of charisma and star power as drag queens did, just kind of flipped the other side of the coin. So created that show to celebrate that, and sort of course following the path set by Drag Race, who itself was taken from Project Runway and America's Next Top Model. I created that show, but little did I know that, again, honey, I undertook that and I bit off a lot. I ended up editing that whole show. I made the graphics of that whole show. I cast that whole show. It was 2 years, 2 seasons, 2 years of learning how to brick by brick build a reality show, and it was quite challenging at times. But I think if you watch it back, both seasons are now on Out TV. We haven't been on the air for a year, and it's still number 5 in their top shows. So I think people have really enjoyed it, and we got to really show. I really wanted to show the entire rainbow of what is sexy in our community. So, of course, we had all different ethnicities, but we had different body types. We had trans male contestants, and we put them all together doing those same challenges and just really let them show out, which is what Go-Go Boys know how to do. And they also know how to throw shade at each other while wearing a string thong. So, those two things are things that we as a community enjoy. Scantily clad men also getting into fights, then doing challenges where they're swinging their wangs around. I mean, a delight. Who wouldn't want to see that? As
That's right.
usual, I make shows that I want to see. And then when people tell me, no, you can't do that, I say, I think I can, and I will.
Yeah, a labor of love for sure.
Yeah.
Can we look forward to another season? Is that something in the works? You can't talk about it.
Well, nothing to report currently because right now the only thing in my universe is Hey Qween. I mean, I am in it. I'm on the world of wonder and I'm loving every second, but I always have a special spot in my heart for Go-Go Boys and especially Go-Go for the Gold. I work with Julie and Brandy from the People's Couch and people who were my great friends. They were my story producers and had such a great team on that show that I would always love the chance to be able to get back together with them. And honey, my DMs are full of Go-Go Boys being like, when is the next season? I want to win. So there's a lot of talent out there. And I love to, I love fostering new talent and especially loved, birthing some stars. I mean, I think we had quite a few stars come out of Go-Go for the Gold. King Dwarf is on 100 different out TV shows right now, as well as Rico TV's traveling the world with Todrick. I mean, the Go-Go Boys of Go-Go for the Gold are doing well for themselves. So I'm proud of that too.
That's great. Good job. And there's always room for a casting couch on your Patreon.
Honey, I have been dealing with Go-Go Boys for so long that I could be in a room of naked swinging dicks and I'd be like, when's lunch? I mean,
What's for
nothing
lunch?
like it doesn't register to me in a sexual manner at all because since like for 25 years, it's been part of work. So I can look at something and be like, oh, the audience is going to like that. Oh, yeah, he should do that. All right, make sure you zoom in on that. But is it something where I'm like, not at all, really? In fact, you're like boring. You know?
All right, Jonny. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with me today or talk about?
Well, honey, I did become an accidental pop star all over again last year
Oh,
because a 10-year-old song from my album Gayest of All Time suddenly became a TikTok viral hit and is now sitting, the song Man Areas is now sitting as my biggest song ever with 23 million streams on Spotify. Baby, was that on my bingo card for 2024? No, it was not. But did it make me decide to come out of retirement and record a whole new album of gutter, nasty, rotted strip club anthems for the gays? Yes, it did.
all
So
right.
this summer, you can expect a new record from me called Man Areas because that is literally been my biggest hit. And I didn't have to leave my living room one time for that. And that was a true 2024 delight.
Awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations. And we're looking forward to Man Areas.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Well, that's all I got. It's such a pleasure to
Thank
talk to you
you.
always. It's great to see you. I love keeping up with all the stuff that you do and keep going. This is awesome.
You know what? It means a lot to me that after all these years, you always come and help me promote stuff, are so lovely, write such nice articles. So once again, thank you. I really appreciate you.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure. All right. Enjoy your night. Take care.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye.